All I know is how to be famous. I really want to be back on television.
You're gonna be back on TV. That's easy.
My mom has done a great job making it seem like everything is okay.
I have no money. And I'm going to tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
Recently, there's been some shocking news about Wendy Williams, the famous TV personality. It turns out she's facing some really tough times. She's not just broke, she's also homeless now. This is really surprising because Wendy used to earn a lot of money, like over $100 million every year from her show, The Wendy Williams Show. Imagine that, over 12 years, that's more than $120 million. So how did she end up in this situation? Well, it seems like the person who was supposed to take care of her money, called a financial guardian, wasn't doing a good job. Instead of managing her money well, they might have been stealing it. Wendy's own family, including her mom and son, are saying this.
There have been random people around you
Stealing money from me.
getting money, whatever the case may be.
Enough.
It's a really sad situation for someone who was so successful for so long. Now she's had to leave her fancy New York apartment and move to Florida to live with her son. If you've been following Wendy Williams recently, you might have heard about her financial struggles. It all started in February 2022 when Wells Fargo froze all her bank accounts because they thought she wasn't mentally well enough to handle her money. Just a few months later, she had to go to rehab because she was dealing with alcohol problems and still fighting her addiction to drugs. A close source to Wendy told a newspaper that her team hasn't been paid since her accounts were frozen. Even though she has a new manager, there are people who've been working for her for a long time, and they haven't received any money either. Some people have been providing services to Wendy for months without getting paid. It's been a tough time for her all around. Wendy Williams' financial situation took a hit when Sabrina Morrissey, her temporary financial guardian, took control of her money. Sabrina decides how much Wendy can spend each month. Around the same time, Wendy's ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, sued her for falling behind on alimony payments. Wendy couldn't pay because she didn't have control over her money. It was all managed by a stranger. Wendy's son spoke out, saying she was being exploited by her financial guardian and team. He revealed in an interview that they weren't focused on her health and were only interested in making money from her. He expressed concern about Wendy's well-being and criticized the priority given to earning income over her health. After this interview, Wendy disappeared from the public eye until recently when her friend Miss Jones mentioned on her radio show that Wendy had moved to Florida to live with her son due to worsening health.
So yesterday, Wayne made me go and visit Wendy Williams.
I made you go.
Everybody was in on
You know
it.
what? I sort of did because I kept saying, did you go? Did you go? Did you go?
And I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off.
Yeah.
So I pull up. First, I pulled up to the wrong building.
Well, it's been a minute.
I know.
Yeah.
And I had to walk, but it was okay. And so I get there, I go inside, the door people greet me and and I said, this might be in the dark, sir, but I'm here to visit Wendy. And he shakes his head and he goes, you're a couple of months late.
Wow.
She moved. And I said, oh, and he goes, yeah, that's all I can tell you. So, I start prying. I'm like, well, did they sell the unit? Is it on the market? Because this was a fabulous duplex. And the building she was living in, which now I can tell you guys, it was supposed to be a hotel originally. And then COVID hit and they couldn't, obviously, no one was supposed to be in a hotel, so they sold it. And she told me how much she paid for it. And I was like, that was such a steal. It was beautiful, 2-floor, 3-bedroom unit. So I thank you, sir. And then I go and I look for the other people that, live in the building,
Right.
work in the building.
Start sleuthing.
Yup. And I got my sleuth on. And they said, well, you know what happened? She was getting better. She was coming around. And then she started getting sick again. And because her family's in Florida,
Right.
and people were coming in her circle that they weren't familiar with, and they didn't know, they couldn't get access to her when they wanted, they moved her down to Florida. So she is allegedly down in Florida with her son, recuperating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we wish her.
We do wish her well.
Just days after Miss Jones revealed Wendy Williams moved to Florida, Lifetime released an intense trailer for Wendy's upcoming 2-part documentary. This documentary promises to uncover everything Wendy has been through in the past few years. The trailer caused a stir online because Wendy and her family shared some big revelations. It begins with Wendy discussing her lifelong desire for fame since she was just 6 years old.
From 6 years old, all I wanted was to be famous.
The boss is walking, everybody.
Nobody can do it like Wendy. No one.
People love Wendy. You are a star.
She was in her living room every single day for 12 years.
Yep, I guess that'll do.
And that's what people responded to, her authenticity. And then at the peak of her career, she was gone.
The teaser hints at a deep dive into Wendy's life, sparking curiosity among fans eager to learn more about her journey. However, the tone quickly turned somber when some confessional clips from the documentary were shown. In these clips, Wendy had a significant breakdown while discussing the individuals who were supposed to take care of her. She expressed feeling exploited by them over the past few years. Additionally, Wendy revealed that she is now in a dire financial situation, stating that she is severely broke with no money to her name. These revelations added a darker layer to the documentary, shedding light on Wendy's struggles and hardships.
All I know is how to be famous. I really want to be back on television.
You're gonna be back on TV. That's easy.
To find out if I'm crazy? Oh my God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to sit down again. I have no money. And I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
I miss my family.
Random people around you,
Stealing money from me.
getting money, whatever the case may be.
Enough.
Wendy's sister and her son, Kevin Jr., also shared their thoughts. They expressed how unfair it is that Wendy's money and her entire career are being controlled by someone she doesn't even know. They emphasized that this stranger doesn't seem to care about Wendy's well-being or best interests. Wendy's family highlighted the injustice of the situation.
My mom has done a great job making it seem like everything is okay always.
Wendy, make sure you look here. 1, 2, 3.
But in reality, there's something wrong going on.
Adding to the growing concern over Wendy's financial and personal struggles, as you can see, Wendy has been going through a tough time for a while now, and unfortunately, things haven't improved much for her. With her show canceled, she's barely making any money, and what little she has saved up is being managed by someone she doesn't even know. This person doesn't seem to have Wendy's best interests at heart. Her family feels helpless as they can only watch until a judge decides if Wendy is fit enough to regain control of her finances. People have been sharing their thoughts on social media, expressing sadness and concern for Wendy's situation. Some are praying for her to get healthy again, while others see this as a tragic outcome of having the wrong people around you when you're vulnerable. Many wonder if Wendy's financial guardian is truly responsible for her financial troubles. Now, I'd like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about Wendy being broke and homeless? Do you believe her financial guardian is to blame? Share your thoughts in the comments below.